All right, everyone, and welcome back to That Variety Nerd. I'm Christina, and today we are diving into a speed build. So this was actually a lot of fun to create. I was inspired by Strangerville and just like the little trailer that the little like trailer thing that yeah the trailer park that's in Strangerville. That small little like lot that we've been playing in for the Strangerville origin story of like Laya and the Moving On Up challenge. Like that's her little house. I wanted to bring it to the suburbs, like out in Oasis Springs, and like just given the rest of the lots that I've like either that I've all like renovated by now in this little area, I wanted it to all sort of match together and flow together, and so that's what I was going for here. I want to make it a little bit different. Something that I wouldn't necessarily like probably do on a regular. And I just really love how this turned out. It looks very contemporary and modern on the exterior, but it's like nice and bright and pastels on the interior, and it has a nice bright bathroom. It's bright on the inside, but it's like not in the tasteless brightness. Does that make any sense? Like sometimes, like oh god, like the loading screen, that's trash. Look, I pay for all the expansion packs and stuff like that. Like I'm sort of allowed to have a little bit of an opinion. But anyway, like I mean, you all have probably like if you haven't seen my video on just like the whole just contrasting colors sort of shtick. Like, honestly, just it's on my channel. Just watch the reaction video and just breakdown of like the latest patch. Just do it. I don't want to rehash everything out. But basically, I just go into this thing where it's like if you have a bright color on top of another bright color that's fairly similar to each other, it doesn't mesh well and it's hard on the eyes and it's like not accessible, and that was basically my shtick there. So anyway, getting back to the build, I really liked this little area out here. I don't usually do landscaping a whole lot, like I suck at landscaping, and so what I went for here was just having very sparse, sort of like how the rest of the other lots have, just a very small little bit of landscaping out here, just some rocks, maybe a little bit of shrubbery. Then I was like, wait, no, none of the other houses really have this sort of tree that's like in their front or backyard. At least I don't think so anyway. And so what I did was that I treated it again very much like the trailer sort of lot that's in Strangerville. And so that's kind of the inspiration I had from there, just having this little front yard area. Then there's also a pool in the backyard. There's like a whole like grill and stuff like that back there. It's really chill. And honestly, I would probably see myself playing in this particular build. Like of all the houses that I've built or like renovated so far, like not just like probably for this channel alone, I would say I would probably live in this lot because it's very chill. Like you'll see it, like it's bright, but it's chill at the same time. Like it feels like it's lived in. So I use a little bit of terrain tools as well. There should be a gate back there. Yeah, there's a gate back there. So that way you can go ahead and go fishing, which the fishing lot, or not the fishing lot, but like the fishing hole is like not far from there as well. And so I use a little bit of the geometric sort of like railings and just the gates as well, just to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of shapes as well. I eventually go with the more traditional trailer looking sort of foundation that we tend to see, but it's fine. But I eventually go with sort of like a stone exterior, which I realize sounds sort of like it sounds very different. And I just really love how this turned out. But yeah, I want to make sure that there was a little pool and like basically each room just had some sort of a function to it. Because that's just how I roll as a simmer. Like if it's not functional, I'm more than likely not going to play in it. And also, please stay hydrated. It is still summer. It is still summer. Not thrilled. I want my football back, like my college football. I want my college basketball back. I want college sports back. Like I just want sports back, like sports ball. I want the World Series and basketball because it just cool weather and just the leaves, just oh God, please just stop this pure just awfulness known as summer. It's too hot. Oh my God, like I remember last year when there was a video where there was like this toddler that like lived in Texas or something and like it was just so hot down there to the point where like he's just like don't go and like he just shuts the door on the dog. I don't remember. I'm still trying to find the video and I'm like did this video just disappear or something? But it was like the funniest thing ever and I was just dying. I'm like this is great. This is literally me. Like I am this 3-year-old. But yeah, I eventually go with like this very like light stone exterior just because it was something very different and like the white really accents it really well with like the windows and the doors. Like I just really love the exterior of this house more than anything. Like the layout's nice. Well, the layout, I mean, to be fair, it's not the best layout, but it's like not the worst layout ever. But I just really like the look and feel of this entire lot, to be honest. Like I would totally live in a house like this that's like very just chill, very low maintenance. Well, I mean, to be fair, like pools are not low maintenance, so there's that. So yeah, I want to make everything more symmetrical, so that's why I just moved everything over a little bit over there. And I really play around. I play around with the layout like quite a bit before I decide on it, as you'll see right here. So I just try to like place some walls like just wherever. Again, we got a 17-ish minute video to go through here. Stay hydrated, friends. Stay hydrated. So yeah, we just sort of end up with a two-bedroom, one bathroom place. The kitchen, like I changed the counters, like I changed the kitchen so much, it's kind of bad. And like just this, I just changed so many things. Like that's probably why it turned out to be like around 17 minutes for like the renovation sort of part, like the build part. But yeah, like the layout itself, like I think it just changed the entire time. Like as you can see, I'm moving these windows up so that way we could have room for these counters, and that way they sort of fit in. I eventually get rid of those side windows over there, I think. And I wanted to like do a half wall over here and make it more closed off. And then I was like just trying to play around with it even more, and then I'm like, okay, no, this isn't gonna work. So then I just move everything over to like the other side to another 90-degree angle. But yeah, no, just like I really love how this turned out. It's like there's bright colors, you have the hardwood floors, like it all just turns out super well, and just I just really love this. But yeah, as you can see, I tried to section off everything, and it just did not work. I was not feeling it. And like imagine this, like you're basically washing your hands or like you're cooking for your family or something like that. Like right where that window is, you can see the kids from the kitchen. Like think of a little family that's just like starting out here and they're like, "Oh yeah, like I'm gonna go cook dinner." Like I can basically do anything I want to. And so I eventually moved the microwave like right in front of the window, which again, not ideal. But like, I mean, you gotta put things where you gotta put things, right? Right. Again, staying hydrated is key, friends. Please stay hydrated. So yeah, again, this layout was really tricky to sort of figure out because I'm like, where am I going to put the bathroom? Where am I going to put the bedrooms? How many bedrooms am I going to put in? Wait, did the temperature just say that it was going to drop for tomorrow? Wow, okay. So yeah, at the time of recording this is actually last Saturday, which was the 27th during the insane heat wave. And so I'm like, oh God, it's finally gonna drop in temperature. So yeah, I'm quite stoked about that because today, at least at the time I'm like recording this face cam, like it got to like 94, 95 degrees, and I'm like not used to that at all. So that's exciting. But yeah, so I really love again how this entire place turned out. Just in general, I like just the look and feel of it. And honestly, I would play as a sim or like have a small family or like have roommates or something or two best friends living together. Like whatever the case might be. And again, if you have the laundry day pack, like you could probably and easily fit in like the laundry stuff in here, um, or just somewhere in this house too. So yeah, again, I wanted to do something a little bit different with the walls and the bathroom a little bit. I couldn't quite figure out the layout of the bathroom, to be completely honest with y'all. So that was just my conundrum right there. I'm like, let's just place in a couple placeholder items. And this is, I think, the part where we start to really like just this is where I think I decide to like change the counters. Yeah, this is the part where I changed the counters up a little bit. I couldn't figure out what I was gonna do. So I just decided to just go plain bright white, just counters everywhere. So I'm like moving around all these different items and just yeah, this was a mess. I'm not gonna lie. This just changing the counters like in and of itself was a mess. But I think we did the best that we could with what we had, and I think that's all that matters. So yeah, I just really liked how this whole place turned out, to be honest. You'll see towards the end that I try to cut costs as much as possible too, because I wanted to keep this under 30,000 simoleons. Because again, like with the new update, we basically are able to have Sims start out with as much as like 30,000 simoleons with a single sim. And so like I wanted to just do something a little bit different, something that just tied everything in nice and neat. And then I eventually switched, I think, the stove with the microwave sort of area because to me that made a little bit of sense. Because, like, having a stove next to the window, kind of not ideal, right? And then the cabinet area was kind of weird too in the kitchen because I only really covered part of it. And then just this little area was a little weird too because I wasn't quite sure what to do with it either. because I wanted to include a coffee table, but like nothing was just like working. And I wanted to include some chairs, but like again, nothing was lining up, nothing was super like symmetrical or anything like that, and just nothing was working. Like that was basically where I was coming down to at some point. I'm just like, nothing is working. And then I eventually take a little bit of a break from that room, I think, and just go into the bedrooms just to sort of flesh things out a little bit more. And I really like how the bedrooms turn out. They're very sparse, and again, like you can see, I'm trying to play around with the colors a little bit more. Eventually, I just place a couple of beds and then just sort of pair the beds with the walls a little bit more. And then this sort of blue color, I think it's more like an eggshell color that I end up with. But it's definitely like a pastel sort of blue. Like it's a bright blue, and I totally dig it. So I really like how this just whole house just turned out, just period. I don't know how else to say it other than that. I just love how it turned out. I love those like lights right there. And then you can also include a couple of chairs so that way you can just sort of relax, put your feet up a little bit, grab some food. Like you can really make it a nice little social area. It's definitely more for someone that has like a family or does a lot of entertaining or has some family over. You could use a room as a guest room or something while the baby's in the parents' room, whatever the case might be. And I wanted to include a little bit of just a little small little dining area too, nothing super fancy. Just a little bit of like some lights are going in right now, maybe a painting or two. I don't remember offhand. We eventually go with these lights just throughout the whole house, and I just really dig it. And yeah, this cabinet area was just weird because like I was only really able to cabinet off like half of this, but like the part that I did cover like made sense to me, I think. And so yeah, I was like trying to figure out for a hot minute like where everything was gonna go. So I was like, how, just this whole layout, I was just trying to figure out because I was having a hard time getting this layout to like where I wanted it to be. So I think the bathroom's pretty much done. I sort of tried to switch up the layout a little bit, and it just did not work. So basically, two single Sims could live here. And I guess you can see from there, like that's the final layout. We don't really move anything. Like I basically move everything back a little bit, I think. I don't remember. But like the final layout, you'll see that you'll be able to put in like a full blown like just two. You can fit in like a double bed in at least one of these rooms. Um, Not all the rooms are going to be double beds, but yeah, again, like you can sort of see that I'm like trying to figure out what to do in this space, and it just like it was not working. I tried to move everything around, like and change the layout and everything. It was not working like at all. So I leave the bathroom like where it is, and then I just sort of leave the outline as it is or the layout as it is. But yeah, I wanted to just again, I wanted to just try to. You could comfortably fit a double bed in that room that's a little bit longer. But yeah, no, like this just whole sort of the bedrooms were like kind of the layout was the hardest part. Like it wasn't the exterior, it wasn't like getting the right furniture or anything. It was the freaking layout. It was just yeah, the whole thing was a mess. And then I'm also like just trying to get some costs taken care of and just oh God, it was all a mess. But like as you can see, I'm like trying to tie all these different colors together, all the different swatches, trying to match wood tones in The Sims. Like that's an Olympic sport because like honestly, whoever is able to match the wood tones in this game, like you are a delightful person, and we do not deserve your delightfulness. So yeah, that was pretty much where I was going. And you can, of course, turn these bedrooms into whatever you want. But for right now, there's just two bedrooms right there. I want to make them very chill, very sparse. I know it's like traditional masculine, traditional feminine colors. I know that. I acknowledge that. But like also it's a starter home and like if anything you get it for like the layout. I think the unfurnished version is like 15 grand or something like that. So like you can comfortably move in like even a single sim into the unfurnished version if you would like. That way you can furnish it up any way you want. And that's all that matters. Like as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. That's just how I see it. But yeah, this is the point. This is the point. This is the point where we just start to like finish up everything and cut down on costs just to make it underneath 30,000 simoleons. So I think the screenshots should be coming up very shortly, because we're basically just tying up the rest of this house. And yeah, so get excited about that. We're just pretty much putting the final touches onto this lot. And again, I just really love how this whole entire lot just turned out. I was trying to figure out like what to do on the exterior, like as like a walkway sort of area. I think it just ended up with like some dirt or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah. this is the lot. This is the final sort of lot that we end up with, and I hope that you all enjoyed it, and we are about to just dive into these screenshots. All right, and here we are into the screenshots. Now, this one's going to be a little bit longer just because it is a build. But again, I really hope that you all enjoyed this. Again, this was really inspired by the Strangerville trailer, but I wanted it to like blend in with the rest of the lots that I developed or remodeled rather for this particular part of Oasis Springs. So again, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun YouTube stuff. I'm usually on Twitch on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I will see you all later. Bye everyone!